Vanessa. Welcome to Collide Student Ministry Online. This is Wednesday Night Live. We hope that you have had a great week and we are excited that you are joining us. First, we would like to let you know that we are giving away a free DoorDash order at the end of broadcast. In order to enter, you need to like and comment before the video ends. We will announce the winner in the comment section at the end of broadcast, so stay tuned and good luck. All the information you need is emailed out in our newsletter each week, so check it out and let us know if you need help getting in. Thank you all for joining us. We're glad you are here. Remember to like and comment for a chance to win the prize and share this video to help others see it.
Hey everybody, before we get into our games tonight, I just want to say two things. One, sorry that we did not get the DoorDash prize winner out live last week. We had a little difficulty with that, but we did get the winner out eventually and contacted the winner. The winner was Michaela, so congratulations Michaela last week. This week's winner will be in the comment section at the end of the video, so don't miss that. Number two, in the January subscription box, we gave you all a challenge, and we've already gotten some amazing people have sent in some photos. The challenge was to decorate your blank white box. We gave you some markers, but really there's only a couple of different rules we want for this competition. We'd love to see the word REMIX on the box somewhere, and then for you just to color, design, do whatever you want. So there's a couple examples on the screen you can look at. And again, we're gonna be giving out some prizes and some winners in the next couple days. So you've got about I think till the end of the month. We'll give you till this upcoming Sunday to make some art, to remix your box, take a picture, and send it in to us. All right, let's get into our games. All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Possibilities 2, a game of no right answers, just the right idea. So we're gonna put a question on the screen. You decide in the comment section what the best answer is. First question, cars are illegal. What kind of transportation will people use instead? A moose-drawn chariot, giant hamster ball, rocket heelys, or stilts with rollerblades? Wow, okay. I've got a couple top answers. Personally, I like rocket heelys. That sounds amazing. Or giant hamster ball, but all good answers. I'm gonna lock in C, rocket heelys. That sounds amazing. All right, next question. Pick an exotic mythical creature as a pet. Are you gonna go with a feral cyclops pig, a tiny winged hedgehog, a merbear, or a uniwhale, which is not the same thing as a narwhal? Okay, so I'm kind of like not sure what a feral cyclops pig is. It sounds kind of scary. I'm probably gonna go little tiny winged hedgehog. Could you imagine just like flying around, like it maybe lands on your shoulder? I'm going winged hedgehog. I guess it could prickle you in the ear though. We'll see. Choose a superpower. Invisibility, but you can't see anything. You can read minds, but it's all in French. You can fly, but only upside down. Or your fingertips shoot spaghetti. Wow. Okay, this is really hard to pick. I love the idea of instant spaghetti. Flying sounds amazing, but upside down, I just don't know. Oh my goodness, I think I would try to fly upside down. That's tough. Love to know what you guys write in the comment section. Pick a conspiracy theory that's actually true. Birds are actually CIA robot drones. Birds aren't real. North Dakota doesn't actually exist. Uniwhales are really narwhals. Or Sasquatches aren't real. Ooh, there's a twist. I think if birds were actually robot drones, that would be really, really terrifying. So I'm gonna go with Sasquatches aren't real. I feel like that's the safest answer. What do you guys think? Write in the comments. Choose your fighter. So if you're gonna play either like maybe you're playing Super Smash Brothers or you're just gonna have somebody fight on your behalf, right? So you don't have to fight this thing, someone else has to fight this thing. 100 kindergartners armed with sporks, a kung fu hot dog, a brontosaurus eating pizza, or a feral cyclops unipig. 100 kindergartners could probably take down anybody, so I would want them to fight for me. Easy. Last one. You're the queen or king. It's time to pass a new law. Are you gonna decide that all eyebrows are illegal? If you make eye contact with someone, you must immediately give them a hug. Ketchup must be put on everything you eat. Or at age 10, you pick a color, and from then on, all of your clothes are that color. Wow, I don't really particularly like any of these. I could not pick a color at 10. I don't think ketchup goes on ice cream. I just go no eyebrows. Just shave them all off, no more eyebrows. So thank you guys for playing. That's Possibilities 2. Let's jump into our next game.
I can do anything, I can do all things, 'cause it's you who gives me strength. Nothing is impossible through you, blind eyes are open, strongholds are broken, I'm living by faith. Nothing is impossible. I'm not gonna live by what I feel. Deep down I know that you're here with me. I know that you can do anything. Through you I can do anything, I can do all things, 'cause it's you. Nothing is impossible through you, blind eyes are open, strongholds are broken, I am living by faith. Nothing is impossible. Speak to every limitation. The victory is my declaration. The same power that raised you from that grave is in me, so I will give you praise. Through you, I can do anything, I can do all things, 'cause you give me strength. Nothing impossible. I believe in you. 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 Through you, I can do anything. I can do all things. 'Cause it's you gives me strength. Nothing is impossible. Through you, blind eyes are open. Strongholds are broken. I am living by faith. Nothing is impossible. I believe, I believe. I believe, I believe. I believe, I believe. I believe in you.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Collide Student Ministry Online. This is week 4, or episode 4, the final message of our series called REMIX. We decided to start out this new year, 2021, with a month-long series, a message every week that hopefully challenges and inspires us to start something new, to kind of refresh our heart and our mind and look for what our next steps are to grow in our faith and this journey through life as we follow after Jesus. And tonight, we're wrapping it all up, and quite honestly, I'm still a little distracted, still thinking about some of the fail videos we played earlier on in tonight's video. I love these videos. I also love cat videos, so cat fail videos are kind of one of my favorite things. But I just love thinking about this conversation tonight, and it's a good one to have. I love, honestly, I love the opportunity to just laugh. And honestly, guys, it's good to laugh at ourselves sometimes. I don't know if you've ever had a moment you can remember where you just completely wiped out. Maybe it was a little embarrassing. Hopefully you didn't physically hurt yourself. Maybe it was just one of those things, maybe it was a little embarrassing. I've had a bunch of those in my life, whether it is, just not paying attention at school and just kind of slipping on my butt and sliding down the stairs. The moments where you're out, you're playing sports, you're playing soccer, and someone passes you the ball, and you're like, this is my moment. I'm going to crush this ball, score an awesome goal, and just Charlie Brown style, run, completely whiff, and fall on your back. Anyway, just these moments in life. And I wonder if you guys would just admit to yourselves, yeah, there's been some moments where I just totally wiped out. Tonight when we have this conversation, it's not to just laugh at ourselves. It's just to kind of, take the pressure off, take the expectation off that everything is going to be perfect, that I'm never going to trip, I'm never going to fall. Those moments happen, right? So what do? We're talking, and let's recap together, this whole month about something new, something fresh, a remix, and through the weeks to renew our hearts and minds every single day, to look for and find something that's going to be a growth opportunity because you and I can grow. And then in week 2, we talked about reflecting, which is a little bit of this conversation, just to look in the mirror and admit and understand I've got room to grow. I don't know everything. I don't do everything perfect. I've got some room to grow. And then last week was to reimagine, what if? And then feeling what if I said yes to God? What if I tried this new thing and it worked and I got to see the fruit of it? What if I was looking at the fruit of the Spirit and I thought, maybe my life could have more joy. It could have more peace. I could have more love in my life. And God's inspired me with an idea, and maybe I could actually follow through and say yes to it. So to wrap up the series and wrap up this conversation, we kind of want to bring it all together with the word restart, right? So we talked about renew, we talked about reflect, reimagine, and then here's just kind of the bottom line. It's time to restart. It's time to restart. So this conversation it's just going to encourage us to, again, we're going to acknowledge that you and I, all of us, are not perfect. We don't get everything right. we can even go through this process and we could see a time where I wanted to grow, I reflected and looked in the mirror and I saw an opportunity of where I need to grow. I reimagined something, I had this idea, I'm gonna go for it, but then at some point down the road, I tripped and I fell. And then I quit and I never tried again. So that's kind of the hope of tonight's message, is to let's just admit to ourselves that sometimes we fall, sometimes we trip, sometimes we fall, sometimes we just flat out wipe out and it's really bad, maybe even embarrassing. But what do you do after that? What do you do after you fall? You get up and you try again. So in us, in our faith journey, a lot of times that can look like a lot of different things. It could look like maybe a conversation that we wanted to have. We had this idea that I can grow and be like Jesus. I want to reflect and realize I've never been in a Bible study before. I've never had like the daily sit down for any amount of time and read my Bible. So then I'm going to reimagine like, okay, what if I gave myself a goal of 10 minutes a day and then I'm going to go for it. I start and I do really, really well for like 2 or 3 days. And then I kind of forget, or I just convince myself it's not a big deal and I stop. And I never start again, right? I stopped doing this one thing and I never came back around to it. Maybe I had this one inspiration to pray and have conversations with God more in my life. I knew that would be a good thing for me. I knew I wasn't doing it enough, and I could picture it in my head. I could reimagine doing that. And I tried for a while, and then I got to that point where I just kind of stopped doing it, and I've not tried again. So and I'll throw one more, and I know that some of us have actually had this experience, so think about this. Maybe we have known in our heart that a new opportunity for us is to say yes to Jesus and to be like Jesus and to get baptized. And we know we've not done it before, and we reimagine doing it, like, oh, what if I said yes to baptism? And then just something happened. Just something, whether it was a conversation with another person, maybe it was some of the fear and the doubt, maybe it was one thing or another, maybe it's just circumstances you can't control and you just didn't do it. Something got in the way and that process shut down and you just never picked it back up. So we've talked a couple different examples this month. We've talked about being in school. Like again, imagine that you start a new school year, you go through, you're doing really, really well, and you get like one test that you fail, right? Like one test you fail like in January, like kind of middle of the year, you fail one test and then you quit for the rest of the school year. Or imagine, we've talked about playing sports. Imagine you are a basketball player and you've been playing pretty well all season and you have one game or maybe 2 or 3 games in a row where you're just not shooting very well. You're missing a lot of your shots, something's just kind of wrong. And so you quit and you say, you know what, I can't be a basketball player anymore. I don't want to play. I just want to sit on the bench and watch or whatever. But we stop because something stopped our progress, and so we gave up on it. We talked the last thing. We talked about running a race, and this is going to be the one we use the most as an example. You get to the starting line, the gun goes off, pew pew. You take a couple steps, and then you literally trip and fall. Like you are 5 steps into your race and you're running a marathon, you're 5 steps in, you tripped, you fell, and then, you just kind of look around and you're like, you know what, man, if I'm going to fall, like, I'm just going to stay here. I'm done. I quit. Like, maybe I won't win anymore, maybe this or that, and your head fills with excuses why it's over. Like, I'm done with this. You're still a runner, you're still a racer, you're still a part of this, but you kind of like, the drive to go forward has stopped. So, in all of this, we want to circle back to this truth and this challenge that it's never the right time to quit. There's never an excuse, there's never a reason to why you can't get back up and keep going. There's never a moment as we renew and reflect and reimagine that we don't restart, that we don't get up, and if we fell, we failed, or things just didn't, maybe they just never even got started to begin with, you gotta take the next step. So we've talked about Peter just a little bit. I want to give you guys a couple examples of a man named Peter and just how his journey following Jesus was this kind of roller coaster doing loops as he went along his journey and his faith day in and day out. So it started kind of in the low spot where Peter doesn't know who Jesus is. He doesn't have any relationship with him. Maybe he's heard of him, maybe he hasn't. But Jesus comes and finds him in this low spot and says, come and follow me. And Peter wants to renew his life. He realizes, I don't have a relationship with Jesus. And he says yes, right? He reimagines, goes through the whole thing. He says yes. So he goes from the low point to where now he's following Jesus. And in this journey of saying yes, he begins to see some amazing things happen. He begins to see Jesus teach and heal and change people's lives. Before you know it, he went from down here all the way up here, this like mountaintop. I feel amazing. Anything is possible. And Peter is a part of something bigger than himself, watching Jesus feed thousands of people and watching Jesus walk on water, and then watching Jesus call out and say, Peter, come out on the water with me, right? That's what we talked about last week, that Peter walks out on the water with Jesus. And then there's that moment. We kind of went past it last week, but there is that moment where Peter takes his eyes off Jesus. He looks at the wind and the waves, and he goes from here and he begins to sink. And there is the moment where Jesus, again, I think he's lovingly and kindly patting him on the back, pulling him onto the boat. You almost had it, man. Just not enough faith. You almost made it all the way, but you fell. And Peter started to sink. So he kind of takes this whole journey of like, from the bottom, Jesus calls and invites me. I'm following, doing amazing things. And then I get distracted, and then I start to sink, and now I'm kind of back here again. But Jesus, knowing you, knowing me, knowing Peter, loves us and is inviting us and calling us again to, Peter, come and follow me. And so Peter says yes, right? He just had this moment that was up here, and now he's down here. But Peter doesn't quit, and most importantly, Jesus doesn't quit on Peter. Jesus doesn't quit on you. He doesn't quit on me. When Jesus was being arrested, right? This is getting close to the Easter story. Jesus is now being arrested. He's about to be crucified. And Peter has 3 moments where someone says, hey, I think you were with Jesus, right? You were with that guy who's being arrested and is about to be killed. And Peter 3 times says, I don't know who Jesus is. That's not me. It couldn't be me. I would never be with Jesus. It's not 1 time. It wasn't a mistake. It's not 2 times like, oops. It was 3 times, very much on purpose, hard to argue with, that he said, no, I don't even know who Jesus is. So again, from here, right down to here. We want to read together this moment after Jesus is killed on the cross. He rises again 3 days later. All of this time, Peter's down here because the very last thing he ever said about Jesus before he died was, I don't even know who that is. So Jesus comes back, he's raised from the dead, and he's walking on earth. And there's this moment where Peter is fishing, and Jesus comes to him and says, do you love me? And Peter says, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. He said, okay, feed my sheep. Verse 16 again, Simon, son of John, Simon Peter is his name. Do you love me? He said, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. Jesus says, okay, take care of my sheep. Verse 17, then a 3rd time, Simon, son of John, do you love me? And Peter was hurt because Jesus had to ask him 3 times, do you love me? And he said, Lord, you know all these things that I love you. And Jesus says, feed my sheep. It was this moment where Jesus was letting Peter know, I know that you fell, right? I know that you tripped. I know that you wiped out. I know that you lost your hope and you lost your way. I am once again calling you and inviting you. I mean, you guys, it doesn't really get any worse. As far as someone who follows Jesus, Peter really, really, really messed up. I mean, Peter really, really lost sight of who Jesus was and what it meant to follow after him. But Jesus comes back, he sits down with Peter and gives this moment, this opportunity. Peter, I want you to come and follow me, and I want you to feed my sheep. I want you to be a leader. I want you to be a messenger. I want you to be somebody that gets to carry this message to the rest of the world. Right? It's not a small thing. It's the most important calling in the world. And he comes to Peter, he comes to you, and he comes to me. I know that you are not perfect. That's why I died on the cross for you. I know that you are going to, in life, follow me, and then there's going to be a moment where you take your eyes off of me and you trip and you fall. You wipe out big time, and maybe people even point and laugh. But so what? You get to, once again, get up on your feet and keep going. Keep trying, keep learning, keep growing in your faith. You guys, as we get ready to start this new year, entering into February and just moving forward, we need to have the heart and the grace of God to restart, to move forward. I mean, what are the things in your life that you have tried and then it didn't go perfectly, and so you stopped or you quit? What were the things that you tried that you thought, this is a good thing for my faith, this is a good opportunity to learn and to grow, but then something came along the way and distracted you, and you just stopped doing it. You just gave up on it and just let it fade away. Maybe it's time, and not maybe, guys, it is time to restart, right? Like, let's take the maybe out of it. Like, I love you guys, and I want to say like comfortable, kind things, but let's take the maybe out. It is time to restart. It is time to get back up on your feet and keep going. I had a conversation about making a next step. Maybe it was serving in the church. Maybe it was telling my friends who Jesus is. Maybe it's getting baptized, whatever that is. And maybe I took a few steps and then I fell or then I stopped. It's time to restart, because every day and every season we can grow. We can always look at ourselves in the mirror and reflect and find things that could be more like Jesus, more like the fruit of the Spirit. And then if we could reimagine the future, then we got to do it. We got to restart and give it another try. The point isn't to be perfect. The point is to be persistent and consistent and committed, because Jesus gave everything for you. He believes in you, and he is always going to be inviting you, just like Peter, to get back up on your feet and follow me. I mean, no matter what we do, no matter how far, how hard we fall, Jesus is going to come alongside of you and come alongside of me and say, it's time to get up. It's time to restart. Let's go. Are you going to follow me? And guys, tonight we get to make that decision. Whenever you're watching this, we get to say yes. No matter how bad we think the past was, we get to say yes. I want to close with this passage tonight, and I encourage you to think about and pray about and read through this passage later on. This is from Philippians chapter 3. Starting in verse 10, it says, I want to know Christ. Yes, I want to know the power of his resurrection and participate in his suffering, becoming like him even in his death, and so somehow even attaining the resurrection from the dead. This is Paul, a man like Peter who was not perfect, who failed, who fell, who got a lot of stuff wrong, but Jesus came to him and said, get up on your feet and follow me. So he's saying, I want to be like Jesus. I want to learn and do everything the way he did. I want to try. Verse 12, not that I've already obtained all of this, not that I'm already perfect, I've already figured it all out, or that I've already arrived at my goal, but I'm pressing on to take hold of that which Christ Jesus took hold of me. Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it, but the one thing I do, I'm forgetting what's behind, and I'm straining toward what is ahead. I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. Guys, this is the invitation. This is the challenge to restart. Paul is saying, I want to follow Jesus. He is calling me. He is calling you. I'm not perfect. I've not figured this all out yet. So when I fall, when I fail, I will get back up on my feet, and I will try again. I will keep moving forward in this race, because Christ Jesus is inviting me and he's calling me forward. So I will get back up and I will keep going. Whether it's my relationship with my local church, I had a bad experience, I had something, I don't know enough people, or about like the excuses and the things we tell ourselves. We need to work those out and figure it out, because Christ is calling us forward. I'm feeling a lot of guilt and a lot of uncertainty about something in my past. Jesus died for that. He loves you. He forgives you. You need to work through it and maybe talk with somebody about that. But the ultimate response is to follow Jesus and move forward in whatever way God is calling you to do that. So we all need to press forward. We need to get up on our feet, restart, and this is a great opportunity to do it. So don't miss it. Ask yourself, pray tonight, whenever you're watching this, where have I stopped in my faith in following Jesus? What have I maybe even thought about or talked about and never tried that I need to try for the first time? And if something's still in my way, something's keeping me down, what is it? Why am I not getting up and trying again? Am I afraid? Am I struggling with guilt? Do I not have enough information? And guys, don't go through this process alone. Jesus is calling you, and Jesus has put a church and a student ministry, pastors and leaders, people around you to encourage you through this process. So we love you all. We're praying for you. We're excited every day, every season to renew, reflect, to reimagine, and to restart, to get up on our feet and try again and again. Hope to see you guys again soon. We're starting a new series next week. We'll see you same time, same place.
Walking around these walls, I thought by now they'd fall, but you have never failed me yet. Waiting for change to come, knowing the battle's won, for you have never failed me yet. Your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands, this is my confidence, you've never failed me yet. I know the night won't last, your word will come to pass. My heart will sing your praise again. Jesus, you're still enough. Keep me within your love. My heart will sing your praise again. Your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands, this is my confidence, you've never failed. Your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands, this is my confidence, you've never failed me yet. I've seen you move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. You made a way where there was no way, and I believe I'll see you do it again. I've seen you move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. You made a way where there was no way, and I believe I'll see you do it again.
Thank you guys for watching and hanging out with us tonight. We hope that you come back next week for our new series. Here is just a little small clip preview of that right here. All right, we're looking forward to joining you guys next week, same time, same place, 7 o'clock. Invite some friends. Make sure you continue to comment along in our section. We'll get our DoorDash prize winner up right now. Also, make sure you're checking out our social media and our weekly newsletter. We've got some fun things coming up, like we've got another student worship workshop happening this Sunday. If you play the piano, the guitar, the drums, really any instrument that we can get on stage in a worship band, we'd love to get you in and help you learn more about how to play as a band, practice, sharpen your skills. We're also looking for people in the tech booth. We're looking for people that want to practice photography and graphic arts, and people that want to practice making video. So if you're interested in anything like that, contact us, either direct message us, or you can go to our newsletter and you can sign up to join our worship workshop coming up this Sunday. Hope you guys have a great night and great week. We'll see you again later. Thanks for watching.